Hey, hi guys, we're back again with another 90s gun review. This is the 80s SA80, which was given to the British forces back in the 80s through to the current day. This is a standard bullpup rifle, bullpup design, and let's get this thing on the table. Right, so it's on the table. Excuse me, I've got another cold again. I've got this gun off Battle Orders, which is a great company back in the 90s. They're still going today. I actually found out recently Battle Orders are still going today. I got this gun off of them with a box and everything. I can't remember how much I paid for it. It was too long ago. It could have been 70 quid, 79. I honestly can't remember for some reason. I have used it, but I don't know if it was that effective. I really don't know if it was effective. I cannot remember, because I did dress up as a British soldier once. I had this rifle on me, I remember it well, with a sling and everything. I'm probably using it in game, but I can't honestly remember if it was that good. But anyway, this is a cocking handle on the right side of the gun, which is pretty loose, you know, pretty easy to cock, but only when you fire it. As soon as you pull the trigger, which is there, which has a safety, which is that little bar there. See that little button? Little button there. Push that down for safety, and you can fire the gun. And of course there were rounds in there. I thought the magazine was empty. This has been sat in my room probably for about 20 odd years, I think. There's dust all over it, probably corrosion as well on the metal bits, but it hasn't done anything. I'm not using it since. Just sat in my room gathering dust. I mean, I don't actually want this rifle anymore, you know, I just do not want it anymore. But it's a good gun. I think it's a good gun. You know, you got the magazine, a British flag on the other side. Got the magazine catch there. Just push that down, and she slides out. Of course, there are rounds in there, as you can see. To load the gun, you have to. It came with a little rod with a flat base. I think I probably lost it during the game, because I can't remember exactly how that happened. What this is, still balls. Oh yeah, sorry, it went in there, yeah. It went in that little hole with a round thing at the top. And that, I think, pushes the magazine bit here down. Oh no, I've just remembered, no, sorry. Let's get these rounds out of here. Get these out of here. No, sorry, I remember now. You take the rod out of there and you push down. Then out of there comes a little locking thing, like a little bit with a little groove on it. It locks against that. So as soon as you put the magazine, then you push that in, and that sends up the rounds. So the rounds don't actually go into the chamber until you push that little button on the bottom when that is cocked. But I've actually lost a rod. The only way to do it now is with a cocktail kebab skewer stick thing. That's the only way you can do it now. But yeah, that's all good. I wouldn't mind that. It locks in there pretty well. It has a Sussat sight on it. I think I'd call it a Sussat. It's still pretty heavy. Wouldn't say I've actually held the real one, you know. Let's just pick the camera up here. You can see the sight down there, and on top you've got the original sights, which you can use, and I have used, but I honestly can't remember if it was that accurate. Let's swing this over here. Yeah, see the sight there? So you know that does work, but I honestly can't remember if it was accurate or not. I just can't remember. It's too long ago, way too long ago, to be honest. But it's a good gun, you know. It's sturdy, it's strong. trigger works. I put black tape around it, just to give it some sort of pathetic camouflage thing. The tape's been on there for well over 20 years and it's still holding. The barrel is metal. It's totally metal, that barrel. It's a proper, real sort of flash suppressor metal barrel. I think I'm going to have to carry out some tests with this soon to see how accurate it is, because I was only in my 20s when I got this gun. I'm now in my late 40s, so it'd be interesting to see if this gun still works against tins and targets. So I'll give it. I've got lube, you know, to cock this thing. You have to just cock it back like that, but you have to be right-handed, because I'm left-handed, and it's a bit of a bitch, I tell you. Wish I'd have known that before I bought it. But once it's cocked, you know, it's ready to rock and roll. But no, it's a pretty good gun, you know. You could do with a bit of a clean up. There's dust everywhere on it, but it has been sat in my room for over 20 odd years. It's a long time since I got this out. I think these are the locking nuts, or they could be height adjusters. I don't actually know. I mean, it has the thing for windage there and stuff, but I think the screw on the other side, I think that as well is pretty loose, so you could probably do all that with it. It's a lot, and the safety is there, that little button there. You push that down and the trigger locks, so it's got a good safety feature. It's still got all the carry strap holes here, one here, and there's one there on the end of the butt. See the butt there? But it's, you know, it's like a standard bullpup design, you know. I don't actually like this rifle, to be honest. I'd rather have an M16 or an M4 or an AR-15 or something like that. But apparently this was pretty good, the sus at sight. So I've actually held the real thing. I've looked through it. Excuse me. But it's a good gun. The SA80, back in the 90s, when Airsoft just kicked off, it was good, it was alright. But I'm going to carry out some tests just to make sure if I can maybe tune the gun in, maybe, because I want to sell it on, try and sell it. Whether I want to buy it, I don't know. But I don't really want this anymore, so I'm going to try and sell it somehow. Other than that, it just needs a bit of a clean up and greasing and tuning the old sight, and she's ready to go. But no, that's my review of my SA80. There's not much really you can say about it, to be honest. There's not that much you can say about it. It's you know, it was a good gun back then for its time, its design. There's no broken plastic. It's all pretty tough, real sort of tough ABS plastic on the chin rest there, and on the hand grip. It's all pretty solid. It's a solid gun, you know. Just a solid gun. There's a hole down there. I'm not sure what that is. 4 even, but I have lube, you know. I can grease this up if I want to, but to load the magazine you'd have to get a kebab skewer, which I've got loads of, to push that down, then carry the kebab skewer in your pocket or something, or somewhere where you can get it. That's the only way you can load the magazine, because I lost the original thing for it. But never mind. The magazine is plastic as well, good hard plastic. No damage, even though there's been quite a few wars, I can assure you. But that is it, guys. That is it. That's about all I can say about it, really. There's not much you can say about it. Battle Orders were a good company in the 90s. They did some excellent guns, and they still do guns, but they don't do airsoft anymore. They do like blank firers and swords and knives, stuff like that now, for reenactment and stuff. But it's a shame. They did some good guns, so I should have got that M60 I wanted. The M16, the Vietnam one, the VM one. Right. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Oh, God. Just my luck. Right, anyway, that's all I can say about this rifle for now. And I'll be back next week with a pistol review, because this is the last gun out of the 3 I got from the 90s. I've got 2 pistols to come. So we'll do a pistol review next week. 90s pistol, gas pistol. for its time, and I'll compare it to the modern CO2 pistols of today. Right, okay, bye bye for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back next week with another gun review.